Morning. Today I'm going to do a mostly spoiler-free review slash recommendation of a Hong Kong film called Ebola Syndrome. Ebola Syndrome is an exploitation film that was made, well, it was released in 1996 and it was directed by the director Herman Yau. And it stars Anthony Wong, an actor who's been in some interesting films. If you check out his filmography, you'll see The Untold Story, as well as things like Beast Cops and the John Woo film Hard Boiled. So he's done a lot of films. He's actually a very good actor. Ebola Syndrome is a Hong Kong Cat 3 film. What Cat 3 is a categorization, in the Hong Kong movie content rating system, and that system was introduced in 1988. And what it means really is that you have to be 18 to see it. That's what it means legally. But Hong Kong Cat 3 films are notorious for being exploitative, violent, sometimes containing themes of misogyny, various kinds of assault, and so on. So they're very popular with people who like extreme cinema, video nasties, that type of thing. So anyway, what is Ebola syndrome about? Oh, by the way, from I had a look at this, and from 1988 to 1999, just this might be interesting. 38 to 48%. I don't know why there's a difference there, but I found one source that said 38 to 48% of theatrically released Hong Kong movies were categorized as Cat 3. So it's quite a popular rating within the system. The content's quite popular. So what's the plot of Ebola Syndrome? So before I start, basically the appeal of this film is that it is extreme content, and that the main character is completely psychopathic. He's criminally insane. There's no way of dressing it up. It's a film that is made for people who like messed up, nasty shit like this. I can't watch things like this all the time. Every now and again, you want to see something out there, and this is good for that. But if you watch only things like Ebola Syndrome, you might mess your head up a bit. But I won't spoil too much. Here's the premise. The main character is called Kai. So there's this guy called Kai, and like I said, he's basically criminally insane. He's like Jeffrey Dahmer or Ed Kemper level of insane. And what he's doing is he's sleeping with his boss's wife, and the boss catches Kai in the act of doing this. So Kai kills the boss, he kills the wife, and he kills a henchman that his boss has, who shows up, and he's going to kill the boss's daughter as well, but he gets interrupted, and he runs away, and he runs all the way to South Africa. And in South Africa, these scenes at the beginning are quite nasty and violent, by the way. The murders are shown in pretty graphic detail. Again, that's the appeal of this film. So if you like extreme cinema, check it out. But it is graphic. He gets a job in South Africa, Chinese restaurant, where his behavior doesn't improve very much. He basically abuses the food for his own. Or I might be thinking of a different film, actually. I think it might be this film, though, where he sort of makes love to some of the ingredients. But that I think that might be The Untold Story, another film with Anthony Wong in. But anyway, he gets a job at a Chinese restaurant where he doesn't behave well anyway. He doesn't behave well there. And he has a boss there called Kay, and his boss Kay and Kay's wife bully Kai a lot. And one day, Kay needs to go and get some pork from a Zulu tribe out in the countryside. So he takes Kai with him. They go to buy this pig meat, this pork. It all looks very shady, but they buy the meat, and they're going to take it back to this restaurant, which probably isn't very hygienic. And in the process of leaving, Kai spots a very sick woman by the road, and he does something to her which probably I shouldn't say on YouTube, but in the process of doing that, he gets Ebola. Now, the premise of this film, the hook of this film, is that Kai, this psychopath, has a constitution where he's quite tolerant to having Ebola. He doesn't die, it doesn't kill him, and he's pretty much asymptomatic throughout the film, but he can carry it and he can spread the disease. So obviously, being a lunatic, when he learns about this ability, he exploits it, he weaponizes it. And that's basically the setup of the plot without revealing what happens after that. There is a big action finale that's completely insane. It has to be seen to be believed. Um, so again, this is a film that if you like Hong Kong films, if you like Cat 3, if you like any sort of crazy content, if you're the kind of person that wants to watch Terrifier, um, things like Martyrs, trying to think of some other extreme films, the Hatchet films. If you like the other film directed by Herman Yau called The Untold Story, then you'll like this, basically. It's hard to rate. It's hard to really review this kind of thing or rate it out of 10 because you sort of want to rate for how well made and intelligent films are sometimes. And this is basically junk food. It's like Terrifier. It's something like that. It's like a gore fest. So you have to rate things really on how well they achieve what they set out to do. That's probably how to judge art in general. So as a piece of extreme cinema, as a exploitation flick, I'd give it 8 out of 10, maybe even 8.5. It was released for when it was released, hang on, when did I say? It was released in 1996. I think I might have accidentally said, no, I said 1996. Yeah, it came out in 1996. So it's fairly recent. If it had come out in 1986, I don't think they would have got away with it then. But even in 1996, I think they were riding the line with this one. There's no way I think this would have had a theatre or cinema release anywhere outside of, well, in say the UK or the US. Maybe it's released at the cinema in Hong Kong, but it's become sort of notorious as a video nasty. I think if it had come out in the 80s, it would have definitely been on the video nasty list. It's the sort of thing that they would have prosecuted in the UK. Ridiculous though that sounds now. If it had come out in the 1980s, it's balls to the wall genre filmmaking for people who like extreme cinema. There's good locations. It comes across as being not cheap, actually. Anthony Wong is great in it, the actor that plays the lead role, that plays Kai. And all the action is very well staged. It's darkly funny. It's interesting. But like I said, I wouldn't watch this if you're sensitive to certain things, certain specific types of assault. If you're sensitive to blood, various weapons being used. But other than that, I mean, if you like crazy cinema, then definitely check it out. So anyway, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll be back with another recommendation soon. Thank you very much.